You sheltered me from harm.
There are songs that play in the background of our lives, melodies we hum without thinking, lyrics we barely notice. But once in a while, a song slips past our defenses and touches something deeper. David Gates's Everything I Own is one of those songs.
I would give everything I own.
Everything I Own. Your favorite heartbreak song was actually written for David Gates's late dad. In 1972, a soft rock ballad touched the hearts of millions. It was Everything I Own, written and performed by David Gates, the lead singer and songwriter for the band Bread. To most, it sounded like a love song, a man longing for a lost partner. But the truth behind this haunting melody runs deeper. Because Everything I Own wasn't written for a lover. It was written for a father. David was born in Tulsa, Oklahoma in 1940. Music ran deep in his family. His mother was a piano teacher, and his father, Clarence Gates, was a high school band director. Clarence encouraged David's musical ambitions from a young age, teaching him structure, discipline, and respect for the craft. He didn't push David toward a conventional career. He didn't discourage his dreams. Instead, Clarence gave his son the freedom to pursue what he loved and the quiet confidence that he could succeed.
You gave my life to me, set me free.
After graduating from the University of Oklahoma, David moved to Los Angeles in the early 1960s, carving out a place in the highly competitive world of studio recording. He became a songwriter and producer, eventually forming Bread in 1968, a band known for its soft harmonies and heartfelt lyrics. But just as his career began to take off, tragedy struck. His father passed away before Bread had achieved widespread success. David later revealed that Everything I Own was actually a tribute to his father, who died never knowing the full extent of his accomplishments. The lyrics paint a portrait of quiet, enduring love.
You sheltered me from harm, kept me warm.
On the surface, it sounds like a romantic ballad, but in interviews, David has clarified its meaning.
And I would give anything I own.
My father died in 1963, and I wanted to write a song in memory of him. He did live to see some of my early progress towards success, but not the major songs or stardom with Bread.
Never said too much, but still you showed the way.
As with all my songs, the music led and the words tried to keep up, but they came pretty quickly. I wrote the lyrics. I would give everything I own just to have you back again, so that they could be interpreted as a love song. But when I played it for my wife, she knew right away that it was about my father. She cried.
Just to have you back again.
In the chorus, he sings the words that have become the song's emotional core. It's not a metaphor. It's a son mourning a father, a man at the height of success, willing to trade it all for just one more moment of connection. Clarence didn't live to hear Bread on the radio. He never attended one of their concerts. He never saw his son's name on gold records. But his influence shaped every note David ever played. Everything I Own was released as a single in early 1972 from the album Baby, I'ma Want You. It reached number 5 on the Billboard Hot 100 and topped several other charts. The song's gentle melody and aching sincerity made it an instant classic. Over the years, it's been covered by dozens of artists, from reggae legend Ken Booth, whose 1974 version hit number 1 in the UK.
Just to have you back again.
To Boy George, who brought it to a new generation in 1987.
You gave my life to me, set me free.
Ironically, most of those versions were interpreted as romantic songs.
Never said too much, but still you showed the way.
Few listeners realized the original intent, but for those who knew, it became something even more powerful, a eulogy. Father's Day is a time to honor those quiet, guiding presences in our lives, the men who shape us, support us, and often do so without seeking recognition. Everything I Own reminds us that love isn't always loud. Sometimes it's the steady voice, the patient hand, the unspoken sacrifice. David Gates didn't write an autobiography. He wrote a song that gave voice to the gratitude he never got to express in person. A song that has now become a universal anthem of remembrance.
Nobody else could ever know the part of me that can't let go.
David gave the world a melody that still brings sons and daughters to tears.
You're loving them so, but taking them all for granted.
A melody that says what so many wish they could say. Thank you, I miss you. I'd give it all to see you again.
Just to touch you once again.
Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution.